Today we're going to be looking at solving quadratic equations. Now we did a bit of an investigation the other day on this, and so hopefully you can remember some of the things we picked up, especially when it comes to terms with squared. What we need to do firstly though is balance the equation so the quadratic is on the left hand side. That will make our process much easier. Then we solve the equation. It will have two solutions because of the nature of what a square does to a number. So if x squared equals c, x is plus or minus the square root of c. Let's look at these two examples so we can see how to do it. So example 1, 5a squared equals 245. Looking at that, the first thing I did was say to get the equation balanced so that the quadratic's on the left. It is, but it's multiplied by 5, which makes our maths a little bit tricky. So what we're going to do is divide by 5 to begin with. So I divide both sides by 5. I keep it balanced. Now hopefully someone's got a calculator out and very quickly can make sure that I get the correct answer for 245 divided by 5. Now in my head, I'm thinking 250 divided by 5, and it's going to be 1 less. What is it?
49.
49. Good, thank you very much.
Okay.
Now, when I look at 49, and I've got a squared, you have to know sort of your times tables if you don't have a calculator. In my head, I'm looking and I go, oh, I think 7 times 7 is 49, which it is. But if I don't know that, you'll probably use your calculator. Times tables help. But what I need to do is find the square root of both sides. So the square root of a squared is, of course, a. The square root of 49 is 7. But this answer is not complete. Why is it not complete? If my answer was just 7, well, yes, 7 times 7 equals 49. But I have to remember too that actually negative 7 times negative 7 also equals 49. So, that's not my final answer. My final answer must be plus or minus 7. So really, up in here, I should also have that. Because when I find the square root of a number, that answer could be either positive or negative. Let's look at our second example. It's a fraction this time. 3h squared over 5 equals 26. Let's work through our steps. Our first step, multiply both sides by 5. Got your calculators out to tell me again? 26 times 5, well I know 25 times 5 is 125, so that must be 130, is that correct?
Yeah.
Thank you. Now I look and see, oh, multiplied by 3, so divide both sides by 3. That doesn't look nice, does it?
No.
What's 130 divided by 3? So I know 3 goes into 120, all right? Because that goes in 40 times. 130 though, I know it doesn't go into. Because it's going to be like 43 and a third. Is that correct? Just make sure. Don't
Yes,
take my
it
word
is.
for it. Yep, good.
Yeah.
So it's 43 and a third. Do you think that's going to work out nicely when I find the square root?
No.
So when I find the square root, I find that h is equal to, and because it's not going to be nice, I'm actually going to leave it like that. You could, depending on the question, find the decimal answer to that. But it's not going to be a short decimal answer, and it's only what we call an approximation because it's not precise. Better to leave it as a precise answer like this. If the question says, please give a decimal approximation, of course, find that decimal answer. If not, leave it like that. So that is how we solve quadratic equations.